My name is Belinda, and also known as Moonchildbee. I am a poet, a writer, a performer, a storyteller. I think words are very transformational. Even though every single art form, I believe, is some sort of storytelling, but I feel like with words, there are so many things that you are not able to put out there in the universe. Words are thoughts, right? There are thoughts that you have in your mind. There are thoughts that you've been, there may be words that you've been keeping in yourselves. So I feel like as a woman, growing up, you probably have things that you have been really not just going through, but that you have been keeping in yourself. And not even just as a writer, you'll see that people who tend to, let's say, journal, for example, they will tell you that once they started putting words on paper, they felt liberated. So for me, poetry or writing in general has helped me feel liberated. It's a form of resilience. It's a form of resistance for me. It's a form to fight back. And unfortunately for me, actually, I did get to know female Black authors when I was a bit older. But they really helped me to see that there is a lot of artists out there that are making change with their words. So it has helped me navigate the injustices in the world by just putting it out there and relating with other women. So relatability has been very, very, very transformational for me in the way I put words out there and the way women reach out to me and tell me, I felt that. That's what I've been going through as well. I feel like I ensure that in my work, I stay true to myself. I have to stay authentic. And I believe that because I'm doing it for myself first, I'm creating for myself. So if I was not doing it for myself, I guess I wouldn't be true to myself. So by being authentic and by being true to myself, I feel like that's, again, I come back to relatability. I guess that's what inspires people. I wouldn't say influence, because I don't know if I would call myself an influencer, but I feel like that's what inspire people. People like seeing themselves in other people, and even from all the people that I've looked up to, from female authors, from female artists in general, and creatives, I definitely believe that for me to actually feel like, oh, I want to do better than this person, or I want to go this path as the same as this person, I had to relate to them and see myself in them and in their work. So I make sure that by staying true to myself, I know for sure that some people are going to relate and actually enjoy what I'm putting out there. Yes. In my industry, this one is going to be a bit hard because I think as a poet, poetry is not a really advanced art form here in Rwanda, even though it's actually growing. I'm pretty sure people in the music industry would have a lot to say about this, or maybe people in cinema, because they get to go out there. But we're trying to grow this a bit further as well, the poetry. So what I would tell you would probably be on a personal level, but which I know for sure that every woman goes through as well in any field that they have been in, whether they're a corporate girl, or they're an artist, or they're a businesswoman, and that is self-doubt. That is definitely something that I did struggle with when I was younger. I'm pretty sure there is still a bit of that in me, but I believe that women in any field, doesn't even have to be in this industry, they deal with self-doubt a lot and not being taken seriously. You are struggling or trying to balance with overcoming that self-doubt and being confident, and also proving that you can actually do it. And you're trying to prove so that you can be taken seriously, right? So the challenges I would say that are the fact that I really felt like it was maybe like some sort of imposter syndrome. I was not up for what I was set out to do, even though it was my passion. But also the fact that you really have to do it, because if it's your passion, that's what makes you feel alive, right? So I had to choose. Do I get comfortable and just stay in my own bubble and not just go out there? Or do I literally stop listening to society, the system that literally raises us, and my own thoughts, and just go, you know what the hell, let me just do it. I think the very first one was my poetry collection that I published in 2021. That was my biggest accomplishment to me, and which is what I call it my first baby. But my first collection, Daring the Sun to Love Me, was you know how other people say labor of love? For me, it was a lot of labor of doubts, as I was saying, a lot of doubt, a lot of, I don't know if I can do this, a lot of, what if people don't like it? And then you have people telling you, but are you doing it for the people or are you doing it for yourself? And that's where I got it. I was like, actually, yeah, you're right. Am I doing it for the people or am I doing it for myself? So Daring the Sun to Love Me was my biggest accomplishment, because people who know me, who have known me maybe ever since I was in my late teens, because I've been writing for the longest, but they know that I've always really been shy or doubtful to share my craft. So those are the ones that can tell that this was a big milestone for me. And also it's the feeling of sharing yourself with the world, because there is a lot of personal stories or poems and pieces in there. So that's something that's very scary. It's not everyone who gets to do, or who even is not afraid to do that. The second one was definitely the open mic show. It's really one of my biggest accomplishments that I'm very proud of, because not only have people come to me and told me that they have found an amazing community and space in the open mic event, but also even for myself. People really don't understand how much he has helped me. He has literally kept me alive for the past 1 year. And for me, it's because I get to see art, live art, breathe art every single week. And the fact that we've been able to sustain it every single week again for 14 months, that's crazy for me. And it's not everyone who can be, it's easily overwhelming, right? So every week you can be like, you know what, I don't feel like doing this today. But again, every week I'll think, but there are people who are literally looking forward to coming on this stage tonight. And that is what I would have wanted when I was 18 years old. So it really keeps me alive. I like it. It also really enhanced my performing skills, even my public speaking skills. I think even at work now, I intervene in meetings with I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm just going to say my piece. So I think open mic has really been an amazing achievement. And the third one, I think it's me as an artist. It's not I guess I'm a project. It's me as an artist. Getting out of my shell itself was a long journey. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other shells that I haven't come out of. But for now, I think that's one of the biggest achievements that I've ever accomplished. When I was about to put out my first collection, I asked one of my really good friends, and she had done it already. So I was like, I'm so scared. What if people don't like it? I'm just used to sharing poems to you guys, and you guys always like it because you're biased, you're my friends, right? So I was like, so what if people don't like it? And she was like, who is people? Are you doing it for yourself? Again, I said, she was like, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for other people? And it really made me think. She was like, she said, she was very serious. She was like, I'm not even trying to be mean or super harsh on you. But my question is, I want you to actually go back and think, if you think you're doing it for other people, maybe you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And I went back and I was like, you're right. I've always wanted, these words have been stuck in me for so long and I've wanted to put them out there. And now I'm worried about what people think. Who cares? So the question is, as an artist and as a female artist mainly, because I get to see the fact that we get really shy, we get really, we shrink ourselves in a lot of boxes. So I want us to be more audacious. I want us to ask ourselves, am I comfortable in this box? Because if you're comfortable in that box, then stay there. But if you're not, if you really are not, and it's itching you and it's scratching you and you want to really get out, I promise you're going to feel alive. And the second one, I also said it, was, what's the worst that can happen? Literally the worst thing that can happen as an artist who wants to be an artist, the worst thing that can happen to you is you living a life, your whole life, not having stepped out of that comfort zone, and literally not having lived. Because if that's your passion, that's what's going to make you feel alive. What's the worst that can happen? That's it.